I'm Claire from Created the Ottaway. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin'Up in the UK. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate you spending some of your hard-earned free time with me. What am I sharing with you today? I am sharing these. What are they? They're not a card, it's not a gift box, it's something a little bit different. They're actually Scandinavian stars, and I've been playing around with them a little bit and come up with these beautiful shapes that you could use for placeholders on your Christmas table with different people's initials. You can put a snowflake on and use it as a Christmas tree decoration, just to add some string. You could use it as a gift tag. You could add a square on the back and put to and from and your personal message. I just feel like they've got quite a few uses, and I'm always looking for different ways to use up my stash and share with you, just so that we get the best value from what we're purchasing. So I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator and I love to use Stampin' Up products. It's the whole reason I became a Stampin' Up demonstrator, just to get the discount and shop wisely. So I'm just going to show you what I used. It is page, let me think, 37. So on my white ones here, I use this paper here, which is called Snowflake Magic. Just have I got a little bit to show you. You get a couple of different patterns, so you get this snowflake pattern. I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but it's like foil, like turquoise foil. You get the pattern that I've used, and you also get this really lovely big snowflake pattern. Okay. Again, that's sort of like a turquoisey or a light colour. Absolutely love it. But they also do another speciality pack of paper, which is a little bit different. Page 15, I think. Let's go back this way. And it's this one here. Really, really beautiful. I mean, lots of colours in this one, lots of different patterns. So you've got some nice foil navies, starry ones, and then some very vanilla as well. Some really beautiful ones. So the one that I've gone with for my next Scandinavian star is this one. So we're going to be working with this one. So let me show you what we need. You really don't need very much at all. In fact, my list is one thing. You don't need any glue. You need a little bit of patience and some nimble fingers. If you haven't got nimble fingers or you've got fat fingers like me, you may find that some tweezers is useful to pull it through. You also need a bone folder, because you're really going to have to firm down some of the points, especially on the stars. What I did with mine, because you could just leave it like that. You don't have to decorate it at all. It looks very pretty just like that. But what I did was used a couple of layering circles that I've got in my stash, and just used the shaped outside one for that one, and then the white one for the middle, and just layered those up because it's a real subtle pairing. And then on this one, it's got an initial on it, which made me think of place names and napkin rings and all sorts. And I used the classic letters stamp set from Stampin' Up. You can only purchase it online. It's not actually in the catalogue, and it's one of those ones that you really do want to have in your stash. It's got numbers, it's got letters. It's good for like Mr. and Mrs. and personalising your cards. The size of the letters, just let me show you. So like that D, it's about the size of the lid of the tombow, so that's quite a nice size, perfect for the fronts of cards or scrapbooking pages. So you also get in there some leaf details, so that's really nice. Now the one that I did as an alternative that doesn't have the initial on, I used the snowflake, the smaller one from the Sparkling Snowflakes set. And the reason that it stands out so much is because I use some embossing powder that's like a, how would you describe it? It's sort of like as fine as glitter, but when you heat it, it sort of melts and it gives you that really lovely stamp there. So that is what I've done for the top of those. I think that's it. Shall we craft? So we're going to need 4 pieces that are 1.5 inches by the whole 12-inch length. So half a piece of a 12 by 12 will make you 1. So from a 12 by 12 sheet you will get 2. You're going to need a paper trimmer to cut. I'm using the Stampin'Up one because it's got a scorer and a trimmer all in one, which is just amazing. So here's one that I made earlier. We're going to do these pieces. Let me show you what to do. Now, because this paper is not normal for Stampin' Up, it's one-sided. We're going to turn it over and we're going to cut and score on the back side. So we need to score first. So make sure your cutting blade is out the way and you are scoring at 3/4 of an inch, okay, down the whole length of your 12 by 12, and then you're sliding it along to 1.5, okay, and you're going to cut. So now you can let your cutter do its trick and you end up with that strip, okay. So that's our second one. We're going to repeat that. So 3/4 is the scorer. So make sure you've got that cutting blade right out the way. It's really frustrating when you cut instead of score. Almost makes you swear. 1.5 inches is where you're going to be cutting. So slide it along to 1.5. And this time you're quite able to use the cutter. Okay, so that's 2. We've already got 1, so we just need 1 more. So 3/4. Make sure it's lined up there and in the middle and down the bottom, so you get a really straight edge. And also make sure your paper is butted up to the edge here. Take the cutting blade out of the way, score, and then you're going to slide it along and do 1 3/4 and then cut that. Okay, and then we're going to see what we need to do next. So move that all out the way. Right, this is the bit we need to get it right. Okay, so what I mean by that is it's one of those things where if you do the prep right, you're going to save yourself time later on. So all of these have got a score line in the middle. Okay, so you can gently fold the paper over with your fingers, and what you're looking for is that it meets, so it's there's no overhang of your paper. Okay, so what you're going to do is just concentrate on one at a time. You're making sure that it meets. Okay, so just make sure that it's meeting, and then use your bone folder to go along it and just really crisp that edge. Sometimes the paper is ever so slightly off because of the score line. So if you just scored it without checking that it matches, although it's only a tiny fraction, when you're doing something like this, it can throw the whole thing out. So we're just making sure that that's okay, and we're just going along and making sure that you've got a really nice crisp score line. And then taking your bone folder again, you're just going to use it to just rub along one side of the paper, and that gives a bit of curl to your paper. Spin it around and do it the other way. Why do we do that? It's so that your paper is already willing, is that a good word for paper? Willing and able to bend, because you're going to be twisting it a bit in a minute. If you've just got a flat piece like this and you're trying to twist it, it's got no give. So it's best to prime your paper first and just get it ready for what you need it to do. So we're just going to repeat that for the other ones. So ever such a fraction, just make sure. I usually start in the middle and work out, because it seems to work out better if I do that. And just holding it down and just making sure that that's got a really nice crisp line. And do the same with this end, like so. And just go along there. And then can you remember what we did? We just shaped the paper. We're just telling it who's boss and what we need it to do. So you're just curving it along, just holding on with that tight and just rubbing it along like that. That's the second one. And we're just going to do that until we've got all 4 pieces done and ready. So, okay. So I tend to do a crafty video once a week. If you like my videos and you like what you're seeing, there's loads of ideas and inspiration for all sorts of paper craft, from Christmas decorations to fun fold cards and well cards. So just, you can easily subscribe. It doesn't mean anything, you don't have to pay anything. All the videos are free. It just means that you'll see when I post a new video, and if you hit the notification bell, it will actually tell you when I've posted a new video. Like I say, usually it's once every Friday. It's once a week, usually on a Friday, life permitting. So we're going to go, let's do this side. We're nearly there. Just making sure that we've got those papers in the right place for all the rest of the folding we're going to be doing. And like I say, this is worth spending some time on, just because it will make it easier for you in a moment. So that's our 4th one. Okay, so take a breath. Craft should not be stressful. If it's stressful, you're feeling stressed about it, just put it away. Go and do something else. Get outside in the garden, take in some fresh air, whatever, and come back when you're not feeling so stressed about it. What do we need to do next? So we're going to fold these in half. Now, what you'll find is when you fold the paper, you might get a little bit of a bubble there where you've curved it and done things. So just turn it the other way. If you've got a bit of a bubble, just go back the other way and you'll find that it will go much nicer that way. Okay, so I'm just making sure that it's folded in half, and then I'm just pressing down on that. Don't force the paper to do something it doesn't want to do. So my natural instinct is to put it that way, because that's the way it's folding. And that one's gone fine, you see. It's fickle, this paper. So that's got a nice crisp edge there. So I've got 2. This one, what's going to happen with this one? Is it going to play ball? So that's going to go like that. Yeah, look, it heard me. Okay, so that's 3. Really like this paper. I wasn't too sure really about the very vanilla, but it's really nice, and actually it's not too Christmassy, so you could use it all the way around. If you're doing these as a napkin or place setters, or to put around your crackers or things like that, you could get away with using them, not just at Christmas. So there are 4 bits. Okay, what do we do next? So we're going to put them in a pattern on our paper. So one end is open and one end is closed. What I mean by that is you can't slide your fingers out, but on this end your fingers come straight out. So the side that's open, put that side, and the side that's closed, put this side. And then you're going to follow around in a square. So this side end is open, this end is closed. This end is open, this end is closed. Okay. This end is open, this end is closed. Now, what do? We're going to tuck them inside each other. So the bit that's open, you lift up and you slide it into the bit that's closed. So if I open that out, all I've done is place that on there and put it on there. Okay, so we're going to do the same down here. This piece is closed, so I'm going to put my hand in there so it's got somewhere to go, and this slides inside, so it will slide right through like that. I'm going to put it about there. Okay, this end is closed, so this bit gets tucked into it like so. Okay, and then we've just got the last bit to tuck into there. Okay, so if I leave it like that a minute, that's open, closed, open, closed, open, closed, open, closed. Now what we're going to do is slide it in, so we're just gradually sliding it. If it's an open end, pull it like so, and that will help it come together. So that comes there, that comes there, and what you're left with is this rather neat interlocking square. Okay, now it doesn't have to be really, really tight, just so it looks neat. And then just take a step back and take another breath, okay, because I don't want anyone to get stressed doing this. It will be worth it. So you've got the interlocking square there. We're actually going to flip it over. So just flip the whole thing over to the other side. And now what we're going to do is take the top piece of this and bring it down. Okay, just straight down there. So I've taken the top piece and I've pulled it straight down there. Okay, this side is going to go across like that, and just have a quick look and make sure they're all in line. Okay, this bottom one, you're just using one of the pieces, that will go up like that, and can you see it's making another interlocking square? So the last bit is this piece, but it's actually going to keep it all in place, so it's going to slide inside here. So if I use my scissors to show you where it's going through there. So we're going to get this and we're going to slide it through. Now what might be easier is if we make a bit of a point like so. Okay, so I've just cut a piece off there, because now when I slide it through, she says, can you see I can feel it already coming through? And you just keep pulling until it's flat. Ah, we did it. Okay, so that's the next bit. Looks exactly the same both ways, like so. Now, the trickiest bit is coming next. So if you need to grab a cuppa, eat a chocolate, go for a wee, do it now. Okay, so what we're looking for is a bit that's folded over. So this bit has only got one layer and it will tuck through. This bit is folded over, there's no gap on it, so we want a piece that's folded over. So pick one of those. This is going to fold over that way. Okay, so bringing it over in line, but making a little point. This is actually going to be one of the points on your star. Okay, so there is that point. Can you see? Now we're going to flip it over and you can see much clearer the point. We're going to put our thumb or a nail, something there to hold it in place, and bring this side down to form a triangle. Okay, and again you're going to press on there to make the triangle shape. Okay, and then this bit is going to be folded over. Now this is a lot of folding for this little bit of paper, but it's fine with it. You've already prepared it, that it's going to be pulled about in different shapes. You're just pressing that down before you do anything else and making a really nice point. Now what we're going to do is open it back up, because I just want to show you, we're going to put this piece in this piece here. So this piece here is where this is going. So again, what I'm going to do is make a little bit there and leaving it so it's that side down. You're going to push this in there. Now I might have to turn my paper sideways to do it. So that's going in there, the point is coming through, okay. And what I need to do, so that's gone through, but I want that as a point, don't I? So I need to push my triangle back into shape. What have I done? Let's do that again. So that's like that, that's like that, that's like that. Why does that not want to go? I'm asking too much of the paper. So that's why, because I twisted it the wrong way the second time. So make sure your triangle's there, that bit's there. You know that that needs to be like that. Okay, I've got it now. And that gives you your first point. That felt a bit stressful, didn't it? Should we do another one? So what do you do with this bit? So I'm going to pull it quite tight and I'm going to cut off the excess. And you cannot see where it is, but it also doesn't come untucked. Okay, let's try another one. So I'm looking for a bit that's folded over. So this bit is folded over. That is going that way. And I'm just going to use my bone folder to really make that point really firm. I'm going to flip it over so you can see you've got one triangle going that way and one triangle going this way. That is going to come down there to form a bigger triangle. I'm just going to press that. And this bit has got to go in here. Okay, so I'm going to do that again where I cut it off, just because it was easier, she says. That gets tucked in there, like so. Oh, it has gone easier this time. And I'm just going to push that through. Where's that coming through? That's it. So I can see it sticking out the bottom at the minute, but I'm going to cut that off in a minute. I'm just looking to make sure my triangle is really nice and crisp there. I just fold that bit of paper back. So now I'm going to chop this bit off. So I'm really going to pull it down. Like so. Oh, I think I'm going to need a lie down. Okay, done two. Let's twist it round and concentrate on this one. Now this is a long bit, so I know that this is going to be okay. I'm going to cut that off at an angle before I start. This bit goes folded over like that, form my small triangle, fold it over, turn it into a bigger triangle, so this bit here, like so. Just going to make sure that's got a lovely long point. And then I'm going to tuck this bit into here, okay? So that is going to go, fold it over. That's the bit I think I'm struggling with because I'm not folding it over. And then I don't know which way around the triangle goes. So that's going in there. Got that coming through, so that's all good. Let me turn it that way. That's it. Oh, that was so much easier. Okay. Jove, I think I might have it. Don't speak too soon though. Cut that bit off. Look at that! Woo! Left a little bit along there, so I might have to trim that again. Although my other bit on my circle is going to hide that anyway on the top. There you go. Okay, this bit, let's try another one like that. So make a small triangle, fold it. Oh, I hope this looks easier than I'm making it. It is actually easier. Honestly, I know you think I'm lying, but please give it a go. And then you can send me an email and tell me, oh God, Claire, that was awful. Okay, so what did I do? I needed to remember to do it with the side folded over because that made it easier. So there's my bit, and then that just tucks in there. That's definitely easier when you know that the triangle's already in place and you're just wiggling your paper in. Okay, so that bit's coming out there. Okay, let's cut that bit off as well. Like so. We're halfway there. Two nice crisp sides. So, folded over bit. This is where you all go off and do your own thing, and I'm supposed to speed up the video and go ta-da. But that's not me. I like to show you how easy it is, or how stressful it is, or how much fun it is. So stick with me, we're halfway there. Okay, that's the triangle. Need to cut this bit so that I've got something to pull through. Fold that over so it knows what I want it to do and I know what it's doing. Okay, that goes in there. See, it is much easier with the triangle in place because that just needs pulling through and it just sorts itself out. Yay! Okay, this is going to be pride of place on my Christmas tree. Okay, what is next? This one. Oh, nearly on our third side. Flip it over. Do the other half of the triangle. Oh. Do this point so I can point it through. Fold it over. Having the triangle already made makes it easier to slide it in. She says, and it struggles. It's because I did the point on the wrong side. What about if I do it that way? Hang on. Oh, look at that, so much easier. There you go. Last side. I can hear a cheer just about to launch. Okay. That side. Do this one. That one. Point it over. Now I want that side to go in. So that is going in there. Why doesn't that go in? Oh, because I put it in the wrong bit. There you go. And then we've got one left, one left. Okay, that one goes there. This was going to be a quick video. Okay, this is probably the longest video I've done. I've got a little craft group that I run on a Wednesday night where I live, and we made fabric versions of this on Wednesday night, and I thought, do you know what, this would be really good in paper. It is really good in paper. You just need a little bit of patience. Okay. Are you ready? Ta-da! One Scandinavian star. No sweat, no tears. It's all ready and raring to go. Thank you for persevering and watching with me. I hope you've had fun like me. I'm off to have a cup of tea and a chocolate bar and de-stress. Remember, crafting shouldn't be stressful. It should be fun. Thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye.